Yo, what's good guys? It's Masked Johnny. Welcome back to Anime No Mi. Chapter 1179 of One Piece didn't just reveal a name, it completely redefined the top of the world's hierarchy. Saint Nerona Imu is not just the figure who sits on the empty throne. Imu is confirmed to be one of the 20 founders of the world government, and that changes everything because it means that the entity that appeared in Elbaf with horns, wings, and an almost demonic presence is not a successor, not an heir. She was there at the moment the world was broken and rebuilt 800 years ago, and more than that, she never left the stage. Don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. To understand the weight of this, you have to go back to the most censored event in history, the Void Century. Between 800 and 900 years ago, 20 kingdoms united against a common enemy, the so-called Great Kingdom. And on the other side of that war was Joy Boy, the central figure of everything that was erased. This war wasn't just a dispute over territory, it was a clash of worldviews. And when it ended, the victors didn't just take power, they rewrote reality. They erased records, banned research, turned knowledge into a crime. And at the center of that decision was Imu, representing the Nerona family as one of the architects of this new world. But there's one detail that completely breaks the pattern. While the other 19 families followed the normal cycle of any lineage, having descendants and giving rise to the celestial dragons, Imu left no successor. She remained the same person, crossing 8 centuries. And this is not symbolic, it's literal. The same body, the same consciousness, the same will still active, sustaining a system that never needed replacement. And that's where the first layer of explanation comes in, the perennial youth operation of the Ope no Mi. Within the One Piece universe, this is the most extreme technique that exists, the ability to grant eternal youth to someone at the cost of the user's life. That means that at some point during the founding of the world government, someone died so that Imu would never age. And this completely changes the historical context because while the world was being politically reorganized, something much deeper was happening, the creation of a fixed point in time. And the most important thing to realize is that the world government has always known exactly the value of this fruit. The obsession with the Ope no Mi was never exaggerated, never a coincidence. Don Quixote do Flamingo built entire plans around it. Trafalgar D. Waterlaw inherited this power without knowing he carried one of the most important keys in the world. This isn't casual interest, it's historical knowledge. They know what this fruit does because they've seen it happen. They were present when someone sacrificed their life to make Imu eternal. But here's where the common theory breaks. That explains why she doesn't age. It doesn't explain why she seems impossible to defeat. Because what chapter 1179 suggests goes far beyond longevity. Imu demonstrates a level of regeneration that doesn't fit any known rule. Attacks that should leave scars simply don't. Damage that should be permanent disappears. And that matters because the perennial operation keeps the body young, but it doesn't make someone invulnerable. In other words, there's a second layer of immortality at play here. And this is where the scale of the problem explodes. There's a possibility that Imu is not just a devil fruit user, but something older than that. Something that doesn't follow the normal rules of the fruit cycle. Because within the logic of One Piece, when a user dies, the power migrates, the fruit reappears somewhere else, and the cycle continues. But that assumes all fruits share the same origin. What if they don't? What if there exists a fruit that doesn't migrate? A fruit that doesn't depend on a host in the same way as the others? A fruit that existed before the devil fruit system itself? If Imu is the bearer, or the very incarnation, of this original fruit, then the perennial operation didn't create her immortality. It only anchored her body. What truly keeps her there is something that never needed to follow the cycle of death and rebirth. And that explains something fundamental. Why the Void Century had to be erased so thoroughly. Because maybe that period contained proof that something exists in the world that cannot be replaced, cannot be replicated, and above all, cannot die like everything else. Now, when you add Imu's reaction to Joy Boy's haki, everything becomes even more personal. When that power is felt centuries after his death, the reaction isn't curiosity, it isn't surprise, it's pain, it's immediate recognition. It's as if her body remembers something her mind could never forget. This isn't someone dealing with history, it's someone reliving trauma. And that confirms one thing, Imu didn't study Joy Boy, she fought him. She was on that battlefield, she witnessed that clash, and more than that, she survived it, carrying everything it meant. And then comes the most disturbing part of all. What does it mean to exist for 800 years with intact memory? It's not just about power or control, it's about accumulation. It's about watching entire generations be born and die while you remain. It's about making a decision 8 centuries ago and still being alive to ensure it is never questioned. Imu is not just a ruler, she is the system itself in living form. The world government is not an institution that survived time. It is a structure actively maintained by the same person who created it. Everything that exists today, from the celestial dragons to the absolute censorship of history, is a direct extension of her will. And that completely transforms the scene scene where she falls to her knees upon feeling the echo of Joy Boy's haki. Because that isn't physical weakness. It isn't a limitation of power. It's the only point where she has no control, memory. Because Joy Boy is the one thing she couldn't erase. He is the flaw in the perfect system she built. He is the living reminder that a world once existed that did not obey her rules. And now, that world is coming back in the form of Monkey D. Luffy. And when Imu descends from Mary Joaz for the first time in centuries, it's not desperation, it's necessity. She needs to see with her own eyes whether the new Joy Boy is real. And what she finds is not just someone strong, it's someone who doesn't react the way he should. A boy with white hair, with clouds surrounding his body, who simply doesn't feel pain when she tries to impose her will. And that changes everything. Because for the first time in 800 years, Imu is not looking at the past. She is looking at something that might finally break the future she built. Appreciate you watching till the end. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and check out this video I picked just for you.